This website is Prodigy Math. Now, I've heard a lot about Prodigy Math, and I've heard that students love it. So getting to explore it has been super fun. So with Prodigy Math, your students get to go into this virtual world as wizards, and their job is to navigate around the world, and they have what's called wizard battles. So within these wizard battles, they get to go through and cast spells to beat their opponent. Now, to cast a spell, they have to answer questions. Okay, so now here they are having to read the survey, they answer their question, cast their spell, and now they get to go back to battle. Now, to beat their opponent, they have to keep answering questions correctly and casting spells in order to beat them. The more questions that they get correct, the more spells they get, the higher and better spells that they have. And then they get to progress in the world. Now, this resource is actually very cool as well because you, as the teacher, get to set the standards that your students are working off of. So there is actually one where you can set it for Kansas state standards. It is the Kansas Career and Readiness Standards, I believe. Now you get to have your students do a placement test. You get to monitor how your students are doing. So let's see, it shows I don't have students, I do, that's how I'm playing right now. You get a class code and then your main screen. This is completely free. There are tutorials on how to use it. Let's see. Once your students join the classroom, take their placement test, once they play, it will then create a report for you to see how they're doing. I haven't played long enough on my student account to be able to show. You can also buy a premium membership. It's not necessary though. Students can play for free at school. They can also play for free at home. You can create your own math assessments for them to complete. That way you can monitor their progress and assess them in a fun way. It will show different progress reports, student reports, their usage, their activity. You can create assignments for them to work on. If you have a struggling learner, you can go in and add specific topics that you want them to practice more on. But as they cast their spells, then they beat their opponent, and their opponent will fight back, so they have to keep working hard. As they level up, see, they can't use this one at the moment, but they can keep using these, and it's going to give them some different questions to answer. Here they have to type in the correct answer again, and then they progress, and it should defeat their enemy. And then they move on in their world, and they keep going around and traveling and having different battles. Their levels progress, and I think it's just really motivating for the students to have that virtual world to play in and learn in and interact with others. Once you have your class set up, then they can interact with other students and battle other students in your classroom. And I think it's a fun way to have competition without it being too aggressive or harsh.